The Lord be with you. Ang mabuting balita ng Panginoon ayon kay San Lucas. Nang ika-6 na buwan ng pagdalantaw ni Elizabeth, ang Anghel Gabriel ay isinugo ng Diyos sa Nazareth, Galilea, sa isang dalaga ng Panggalay Maria. Siya ay nakatakdang ikasal kay Jose, isang lalaki buhat sa lipi, Haring David. Paglapit ang anghel sa kinaroroonan ng dalaga, binati niya ito, "Matuwa ka, ikaw ay kalugod-lugo sa Diyos." Wika niya, "Sumasayo ang Panginoon, nagulumihanan si Maria sa gayon panggungusap at inisip niyang mabuti. Kung ano ang kahulugan niyon, kaya't sinabi sa kaniya ang anghel, "Huwag kang matakot, Maria, sapagkat kinalulugdan ka ng Diyos. Makinig ka, ikaw ay maglilihi at mangganganak at isang lalaki, at siya ay tatawag mong Jesus. Magiging dakila siya at tatawaging anak ang kataas-taasan. Ibibigay sa kaniya ang Panginoon Diyos, ang trono ang kaniyang amag si David. Maghahari siya sa angkan ni Jacob. Magpakailanman at ang kaniyang paghahari ay walang hanggan." "Paanong mangyayari ito, gayong ako'y dalaga?" tanong ni Maria. Sumagot ang anghel, "Bababa sa iyo ang Espiritu Santo at lililiman ka ang kapangyarihan ang kataas-taasan. Kaya't banal ang ipangganganak mo at tatawagin anak ng Diyos. Natatandaan mo ang iyong kamag-anak na si Elizabeth. Alam ang lahat na siya ay baog. Ngunit naglihi siya sa kabila ang kaniyang katanandan at ngayoy ikanim na buwan nahan kaniyang pagdadalantaw, sabagkat walang hindi mapangyayari ang Diyos." Sumagot si Maria, "Ako alipin ng Panginoon. Magyari sa akin ang iyong sinabi." At nilisan siya ng anghel. Ang mabuting balita ng Panginoon.
Pinupuri ka namin, Panginoong Kristo.
Ako alipin ng Panginoon. I am the handmaid of the Lord. I am the servant. So these words are exactly the words that accomplished in the same moment that Mary pronounced them, accomplished the prophecy of God pronounced in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. "I will put enmity between you and the woman, And between your offspring and hers, he will strike at your head. Because yes, you remember Lucifer, the angel who said, well, as in the version of Paradise Lost, that's not the Bible, that's John Milton. So his words were supposed to be, better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. So this pride is the one that Mary destroyed, not with more pride, but only by saying, I am the servant. Sumasayo ang Panginoon. The Lord is with you. So that's why the Lord is with her. Because the Lord is with everyone who is humble. If there is humility in you, then the Lord is with you. Because it's written multiple times in the Bible, especially in the first letter of Peter, chapter 5, verse 5, and the letter of James, chapter 4, verse 6, it's written, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Paanong magyayari ito gayong ako'y dalaga? How can this be, since I have no relations with a man? So the question of Mary actually comes from a desire that she had. So she's asking the angel in other words, just to understand why this question, for someone who is the slave of the Lord. So the question comes from the desire of Mary to be a virgin for a lifetime. And tradition tells us that Mary and Joseph had already decided that, even though they were promised to each other, but they had already decided to give up, the possibility of having children. For what reason? Yeah, here is not the tradition, but if you go see Maria Valtorta, this person who had these visions from Jesus, right? About what happened in that context, Maria Valtorta says that both Mary and Joseph, they wanted to give up their maternity, their possibility to have children, to give up that in order to have the coming of the Messiah sooner, to the earth, for the salvation of humanity. In a world where, not having children was like a curse, and women were so sad and distressed when they were barren, right? You see Elizabeth, right, in the same situation. Mary had decided to be barren not by nature but by sacrifice for the Lord. Magiging dakila siya. He will be great, and he will be called Son of the Most High. We are not talking about the human glory. It will be great, not like, it's in our mind, like the great of the earth. Or like not even King David, was great because he was the king, he had the power. Here we have a different kind of greatness. So Mary said, I am the servant, and also Jesus. He is the servant of Adonai. He is the servant, the one that the prophets prophesied about, the servant of God. So God, just like we said at the beginning, God is coming in the form of a child, God Himself, because He is humility itself. So this is the mystery of Christmas that we celebrate every year, and we will never understand it thoroughly because our only strength against evil is humility. Because the more that you will be humble, the more God will be with you. And Mary is full of grace just because she is so humble that in her heart there is space for the Lord. So today it's December 20, only a few days to reach Christmas. So in these days, let us try to be ourselves like a child. So like a child means more patience, more understanding to one another. In one word, more humility.